Hi boys and girls. This video is a lesson on converting units of metric length. Now, on our star chart, we have our customary on one side and our metrics are on the opposite side. The one we're going to be using today is our metric length. So if I open this up all the way, you can see here's our length words, customary metric. So this is what we're going to be using today. This is kind of small, so I rewrote it a little bit bigger so we can see that on the video. All right, on your star chart, these units are written from largest to smallest. So let's go over those quickly. Largest is kilometer, and then the next biggest is your meter stick. Next unit in 1 centimeter, and then the smallest unit is the millimeter. That's how these are set up from largest to the smallest. Let's get started. So our first problem is 6 centimeters is equivalent to how many millimeters? Well, the first thing I want to do to get started with this is I want to look and see what my 2 units of measurement are that I'm going to be converting. I have centimeters and I'm trying to get to millimeters. So I'm going to start by making a T-chart. I'm going to label centimeter, and I'm going to label millimeter. Now, before I can do anything, I want to find my initial rule. I'm going to go to my star chart, look for centimeter and millimeter in the same little equation here. Here we go, right here, centimeter, millimeter. So I'm going to write down, copy exactly what it says. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. I don't know my direction yet, so let me write what I have up here. 6 centimeters, so my 6 goes into my centimeter column. Be careful, make sure that goes in the right place. And I'm trying to get to millimeters, okay? This is my unknown right there. So I know that I'm trying to go this direction. So I need to look at my rule. How do I get from a 1 to a 10? That number went up. So my rule is multiply 10. So you literally take your 6 centimeters, apply the rule. What is 6 times 10? That's right, 60. 60 millimeters. If I look at my meter stick, I can prove that. Here is 6 centimeters right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is 6 centimeters. Each centimeter has 10 millimeters in it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 6 centimeters, 60 millimeters. Okay, our next conversion, let's see what we'll be doing next. Our next conversion has us going from centimeters to meters. So I'm going to start by making a T-chart. Label centimeters, label meters. Now I'm going to go to my star chart, look for those 2 measurements, centimeters, meters in the same sentence. Here it is right here. And if you notice, these are flip-flopped here. So be very careful when you put these numbers in. So my initial conversion, my correlation between these 2 numbers is 1 meter has 100 centimeters in it. So let's write that down. 1 meter, make sure you put that on the meter side. 100 centimeters. So if when I look up here, let's see what we have. I have centimeters. I don't have millimeters. That's our question. That is our unknown. So I'm trying to get over here. I'm trying to get that number. So I have to look at my first 2 numbers to see that correlation. The correlation is 100. But did that number go up or down? How do you get from 100 to 1? It went down. That means my rule is multiply or divide. Divide goes down. It's divide by 100. So you take your 300, divide by 100. I can use my powers of 10 rule. I can cancel out zeros that match each other. And you're left with a simple equation. What is 3 divided by 1? 3 divided by 1, 3. I can work backwards if I want to check that. Since I use divide 100 as my rule, I can work backwards to check it. I can multiply. So I can take my 3 meters, multiply by 100, and you should get 300. Okay, very good. Next rule, let's see what we're going to be doing. Our next problem has us going from meters to centimeters. Start by making a T-chart, label meters, label centimeters. Let's come over here, find our rule. Where is it at? Right here. Meters, centimeters. 1 meter, make sure that goes in the meter column. 100 centimeters. Now let's fill in what we do know and what we're trying to figure out. So I do know meters, and I have 40. I'm trying to get to centimeters. That's my unknown. So for this T-chart, this input-output table, I'm going this direction. Look at your first 2 numbers. Look at your correlation to find that rule. How do you get from 1 to 100? Well, I know that the correlation is a 100. So now I just have to ask myself, did that go up or down? That number went up, so it's multiply. So I take my 40, multiply by 100. I can use my powers of 10 and 100. I can find my basic fact. What is 4 times 1? That is 4. And then 1, 2, 3 zeros. There you go, 4,000 centimeters. Okay, next let's see what our next conversion is. This conversion has us going from, here we go, kilometers to meters. So these 2 measures, let's make a T-chart. Kilometers here, meters here. Let's find our rule. Come over here to your star chart. Find where you have kilometers and meters. Here it is right here. Let's fill in these numbers to find that rule. 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters. Okay. Now, I know my rule is going to be something 1,000. I do not know yet which direction I'll be going till I fill in my second set of numbers. So I have kilometers, so let's fill that 4 in on our kilometers side, make sure that matches. And this is my unknown. So I'm trying to get to here, so that tells me I'm going this way on my chart. How do you get from 1 to 1,000? Did that go up or did it go down? That number went up. So my rule is times 1,000. So take your 4 times 1,000, and we get 4,000. So 4 kilometers is equivalent to 4,000 meters. Okay, let's look at our next problem. So you can see if your rule goes up, you're going to be multiplying. If your rule goes down, you're going to be dividing. So let's look at this one here. So here I've got millimeters and centimeters. I have millimeters. I'm trying to get to centimeters. Make a T-chart. Label millimeters. Label centimeters. Let's find that initial rule first. So go to your star chart, find millimeters and centimeters, and find where they are together. Here it is right here. Here's our rule. Here's our correlation. So let's fill these numbers in. And be very careful, boys and girls. Make sure you put them in the right places. Don't just put the one here because it's first here. Look at that label. Make sure it goes in the right place. So 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. Now let's look and see what I have. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. I know that my correlation between these 2 measures is a 10, but I don't yet know if I'm going to be multiplying or dividing. So let's fill in what we do know. So I know millimeters, that's 50. I I don't know centimeters. That's my unknown. So that tells me that I'm going to be going this direction. You're trying to get to that unknown. So how do you get from 10 to 1? Did that number go up or did it go down? It went down. So if a number goes down, the rule is divide. Divide by 10. So let's take our 50, divided by 10. What is 50 divided by 10? If you don't know, I can think backwards. I can think something times 10 equals 50. Think backwards, and that could help you. So 50 divided by 10, I can cancel out these zeros like I did before. 5 divided by 1 is 5. And I know that's right because when working backwards, 5 times 10 is 50. So how many centimeters are in 50 millimeters? 5. Okay, last one. Let's look at our next problem. This problem has us going from meters to kilometers. So I have meters, I'm trying to get to kilometers. Start by making a T-chart, fill in meters, fill in kilometers, and let's find that rule. So I'm going to come to my star chart, find where meters and kilometers is together. Here it is right here, meters and kilometers. So this says that 1 kilometer, so I'm going to come to my kilometer side, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Okay, I don't know my rule yet, but I know my correlation is 1,000. So let's look and see what we do have. Something 1,000. So let's see. Let's fill in what we do know. 12,000 meters, so make sure that meters, you put it on the right side. And we're trying to get 2 kilometers. That's my unknown. So I'm trying to get to here, going this direction. What did that number do? My initial conversion, did that number go up or did it go down? From here to here, it goes down. So it's divide. So take your 12,000, divide it by 1,000. Now, if that's kind of tricky for you, because once we start getting into these bigger numbers, you have all these zeros. One thing that you can do is you can cancel out zeros that match on both sides of that division sign. So if I cancel out that one, I can cancel out 1 here. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And you're left with a simple problem. 12 divided by 1, and that would be 12. Okay, let me show you a quick example of one where you're canceling out your zeros, but it might not necessarily come out even. So if I had a number like, let's say 140,000 meters, and now I was trying to get to kilometers. I would take my 140,000 like we just saw, meters to kilometers. Well, I know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So if I had 140,000 meters, what would I do? We'll look at your initial rule. I know for this problem, I will be going down, so I'm dividing. So you would take your 140,000 and divide it by 1,000. Now let's see what happens. That's a lot of numbers. That's a big, big number, but we can cancel out zeros that match. Let me show you. 1 0 here equals 1 0 there. 1 here, 1 here. 1 here, 1 here. Now notice I have another 0 here, but I only had 3 on this side. That means I can only cancel out 3 over here. So then I'm left with a basic 140 divided by 1. It's a little clearer to see that when you don't have all those zeros in the way. And so that would be as simple, because of that identity property, that would be 140. Okay? So I hope you understand metric conversions. Making a T-chart like we've been doing with customary is going to be very helpful. And you're working with powers of 10, 10, 100, and 1,000. So good luck. Practice a little bit before you do your quick check on your Google quiz, and good luck. I hope you had fun. Thank you for watching.